Hello there everyone, AnthWolf here, playing even more Final Fantasy XIV as a level 80 Dark Knight Yuri Yascaret, here with the Shadowbringers expansion. And where we last left off, we had returned to the Crystarium after successfully defeating our second Light Warden in the Ilmeg region, and we got confronted by, let's see if I can remember his name, Emmett Selk, the former founder of the Garlean Empire back at the source, who wanted to engage in jolly cooperation with us in defeating the Light Wardens after our ruining of his plans, seemingly, in the rejoining between the First World and, of course, the Source. Which, of course, we took with a bit of a grain of salt. Between the last stream and this stream, I ended up joining a few link shells for hunting here. Well, hunting not just in the Shadowbringers expansion, but in some of the earlier regions as well, like in Heaven's Ward and in Stormblood, but really just for the Shadowbringers regions. And I did that in the hopes that I would get some more tombstones of Gotia, which I did. I think I got about... I only did 2... I think they were A rank, or maybe even B rank elite marks, and I think I got 20 Gotia tombstones each. In addition, I did, of course, the duty roulettes yesterday and just this afternoon, so we're up to a total of 800 so far. And while I had a brief quiet moment at work, I had a quick look at what you could turn these tombstones in for, and it looks like we can get item level 440 gear from an NPC probably at the end of the game once the trader becomes unlocked. But suffice to say, that gear is a lot better than the gear we're currently getting from our level 74 gear, which is item level 403. Even if it's high quality gear, it's marginally better, barely, which doesn't really bother me too much. Either way, the Crystal Exarch has asked us to try and meet up with Y'shtola. Apparently he and Y'shtola don't get along for one reason or another. And yeah, that's about it. He's asked us to retrieve, I think, a tome to try and get in her good graces, and she's in the Rak-Tika Greatwood. Obviously, there is more side missions here at Fort Job. As I said, I'll probably leave them until I do a few quests with another class, but that doesn't mean we're not going to be doing some quests in the Greatwood. Rak-Tika, not Rak-Tiki. There you go. Anyhows, let's look for, I think it was a church that was dedicated to the light. A Little Faith. Yuri Yascaret appears lost in fort. I wonder, this is just something I just thought of, since people are seeking solace in the dark, if they got desperate enough and wanted to pray for a god, would they then summon or call upon the Ascian's god? What was his name again? They give it a name, and it wasn't Yevon, that's the first one that came to mind. Oh, what was that Ascian's god again? It's on the tip of my tongue. I can picture the statue in the realm that they're in. Oh, that's gonna kill me. That's gonna really annoy me. Either way. Here is the chapel. We're looking for... Ooh, hello. Zydok. There you go. So the blessed of this church went to the Greatwood. The hell? An event ongoing, seemingly. Search your surroundings for the tablet. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Oh, okay. Well, they haven't given us a lot of fancrit here. That's exactly what they've just said to us. Oh, maybe can we knock that torch down? No, we can't. Set the place on fire. Whoops. Alright. Could... Wait, what? It's probably meant to fill you. So we have such a high angle we can reach. Oh, hello. Ah! Sneaky. Ancient Empire of Ronka. Oh, wait. That's a good point. We haven't yet actually really met many of the races of the Vera or... I was going to say the Ronso. Give me a second there. Yeah, the Rothgar. I'd forgot actually the name of the race. That's how bad I am. So yeah, I wonder if they have... The Ronka might be the Rothgar's people? Guess we'll find out. Into the dark. Yuri on J is ready to leave, but not before first offering a piece of advice. I see. So they even protect their own true names. Okay, good to know. Wouldn't want to offend them, really. And their beliefs. Hopefully, we'll earn their trust when we tell them we're seeking to defeat the Light Warden and bring an end to the everlasting light.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked. The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. And so he braves the forests of Rak-Tika in search of mystery and wonder. Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
Once again, a whole new area to discover Aether currents as well.
We have arrived. Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable. Not so the swamps of Cydia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
Hello again.
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule! Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days. Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
Thank you, Pancred. I was gonna say, if you're gonna be an observer, be a silent one. I wonder what Y'shtola will see when she looks at him. Oh. So where are we? Okay, it's a fairly... It looks like a fairly large area we can explore. Fort gone. Okay. Let's say, if we're nearby any Aether currents, I will take my time to grab them. But if they're out of our way, I'll leave them to grab them in my own time. Oh, northwest. Ah, there you are. Which way can we go? So going to be 5 quests, 10 exploration Aether currents, like the other regions. Indeed it is. Ah, bugger. Oh, bloody hell. This village has definitely seen better days.
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Now! Surround them!
Oh, lovely. explanation, please?
These senators, they're not like the others.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak? It's a Sin Eater trick. They mean to kill us all. Perhaps they speak the truth.
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so, I retire to the shade. Good luck.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
And now he's got us into trouble.
I think I preferred La Habrea.
Enough. Runard, report.
Master Matoya! We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not? Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Yuri Yascaret. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not. There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us. Though she is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but two Light Wardens have already perished by her most puissant hand.
It cannot be.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Rak-Tika and its people.
Thanks, Y'shtola. confusing us like that, and M itself didn't make the situation any better. Also, you know what? I very rarely get a phone call. It just happened to happen as I was doing a cutscene. Bloody typical. Okay, so this fort hasn't been rebuilt, but she's suggested another village to the north. It's perfectly fine by me. So Charlotte can only see ether, her eyes haven't recovered. And maybe because we're so suffused with light from the Light Wardens. I wonder then if that might be Emmett. Well, we've already talked about Emmett Selk and his potential plan. If we're getting so infused with ether, what happens when we've killed all the Light Wardens? If something were to happen to us, maybe the rejoining would still occur. Maybe on our journey back, all that light-infused ether would go with us. Nathan Curran may be in the village here.
Slitherbough is the largest of the Blessed Settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood. I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are a simple people. Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come.
Welcome to Matoya's cave once again.
I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Rak-Tika. In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own. My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I've come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape. Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me. Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Eorzea. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Y'shtola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
Ah, Y'shtola. Learned her lessons well from Master Matoya, it seems, and taken on the name quite aptly. Blunt, but truthful all the same. As they say, the truth can hurt. Tell you what we'll do, before we start wandering around Sliverbow here, is we'll take a break once again. Unfortunately, real life seems to be intruding. Tell you what, I will take a break here, and I will run around and maybe look for some Aether Currents, maybe see if any hunts are going on, and when we come back, in the next stream, next video, we'll explore Sliverbow. No doubt more quests, side quests will be made available to us in the various villages we may meet, while Y'shtola and Yuri are deciphering the tablet. Okay. Say thank you all for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, bye bye now.